Good morning, YouTube. You are on the Lifeboat. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome in. Am I a little bit dark today? Is that just me? When the thing actually goes live, it's like the lighting changes, or maybe I'm just crazy, but regardless, happy Saturday. Welcome in. Charlie Mullins, Linda Bennett, Barbara Aldrich. Good morning. Good to see you guys. Charlie Mullins. Been missing you, dude. I hope your day is fantastic. Jason P. Jane Aldrich. Robin Miners, Yadira, thank you so much, guys, for your wonderful well wishes. Yes, happy Saturday. Piper Lynn, AVAC, Tony, what's going on? Yeah, guys. Today, we're going to have a little bit, kind of like yesterday, just a little bit of fun. Just a little bit of fun. Obviously, we can't shake the recovery because it's what we are about, but we're going to do it unguided again because I felt like it. I felt like a little bit less structure today, you know? Some days you just want to fly a little bit more free, and I think that's okay. I think that should be encouraged, at least in my case. I'm going to encourage it for myself. I like flying free. Cindy Plumley, Squirrel Girl, what's going on? Real quick, while I have all of your attention, not that I'm going to lose it, let's put some ones up for everyone out there that needs a little extra love today, huh? A little extra help. Anyone struggling a little extra? Yeah, guys, I've spent this morning doing a number of interesting things. Something I just did was I was playing with my nunchucks, and I hit myself right in right where it hurts. So it hurts a little right now, but that's okay. I'm a little bit thrown off by that. I probably shouldn't nunchuck right before my show. But here I have a lot of thoughts, some announcements I'd like to share with you guys. I was spending some time with Jake yesterday. And for those that don't know, Jake's my buddy that helps us out with the website. He helps me out with all my tech stuff that I'm not techie enough for, right? And y'all have met him. He's been in here before. Shout out to my buddy Jake. He is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Skowwow. But we were hanging out yesterday, chit-chatting. Well, thank you for that, Cindy G. I really appreciate you. We were chatting and talking about how life's been going and stuff because we haven't spoken recently, right? So we're catching up. And he was telling me, dude, you're doing a lot with the camera, but you're only going live like once or twice a day. Why don't you turn the camera on when you do everything else you do, right? If that's gonna, be your livelihood in some manner or sense, why not turn the camera on, right? When you're painting, when you're gaming, when you're cooking, right? Literally, when I'm dancing, and he's right. Why not just turn the camera on? I turn the camera on once or twice a day, right? For about, I don't know, between an hour and 2 hours, right? Total. The other time that I'm spending, I'm often doing things that are quite interesting and exciting, I would think. So why not? I think I'm going to turn on the camera a whole lot more. And I mean, I have a GoPro set up on a tripod, and I believe the GoPro has no audio. I'm going to have to check that, but I'm pretty sure it's just video. But I have it set up to take my scooter apart and do an engine dismantling, right? Dude, I don't know why it was hard for me to come to that conclusion. The motivation's probably a thing. Cognition's probably a thing, right? A factor. Maybe the damage that I've done to my brain is just now coming to a place where I can fathom doing these things, right? Whatever the case is, I think the time is now to do this stuff. Jason P says, I'll game with you. Well, heck yeah, dude. We're going to have to find some crossplay stuff unless I'm going to get an Xbox. But there's plenty of crossplay stuff out there these days. Regardless, though, I think the point is that I'm spending a ton of time without the camera on, doing things that are camera worthy. So I think we're gonna fix that. We are going to fix that. And some of it's Lifeboat stuff and some of it's not. I don't know if I need to roll out Calhoun's Corner for this or not. I tell you what, as soon as my dad gets back from his vacay, we'll definitely be discussing it. But at the same time, if I'm ready, I'm just going to go ahead and roll it out. Painting can obviously be Lifeboat, right? I don't think that an engine dismantling is very Lifeboat. Not going to lie. And I honestly don't feel like fire dancing on here is very Lifeboat, to be real with you. So I don't know. The thoughts are a churning though. I also I remembered I was going through some of my things this morning. You mean more live streaming or edited vlogs? Asks Flick Fox. Good morning, Flick. Both. Both. I also have video editing software now. So all of my previous limitations are gone. The only gate now is what I can learn and how fast I can learn it, right? And I guess how much motivation I can summon, but I feel like that's lesser in comparison to the learning and the doing. Your painting needs to go on the wall behind you. Sorry, that blank wall, perfect for it. I know, right? It's a huge space. I wonder which one, or all of them, right? I also, another thought I've had, if I get a headset with a mic on it, I could walk around the house and we could have a different camera setup. And that way I could talk to you guys anywhere that I was. I wouldn't have to be sitting here. There's so many ways we can straight up break the mold on this thing and just do brand new stuff, which I'm really excited about. Really excited about. Captain Spanky, what's going on, Marla? Good to see you. Hello. How is everyone, by the way? Hope you guys are all doing well. Fixing things with you, I would think interesting. Well, maybe it will be, right? Maybe it will be. We're definitely going to videotape it. So we're going to find out. I need to do learning. So many content ideas, says Flick. Now I just got to do them. I hear you. That's really what it comes down to. I'm a professional brainstormer. Yadira. Yeah, I'm a professional brainstormer, but the actual doing is what it comes down to. Also, another thing about that painting in that space back there, I have the same wall here. It's that white brick, right? And it's really difficult to hang stuff on it. I really have to. I was like bruising my thumb pushing tacks into the mortar, and they're actually not that great. So hanging stuff over there will be a little tricky. I bet you I want to get like little tiny nails, like little itty bitty, like I don't know what they're called, but they have a purpose. They're carpenter's nails? No, I don't know. They're a certain kind of nail. They're like kind of flimsy and light, but I think those will probably work the best. Looking cute, Captain. Well, thank you, dear. You're gonna make me blush in the morning. Thank you very much for saying that. I would return the compliment if I could see your face. Although it's not transactional, right? We don't have to, just because someone says, hey, you look great today, doesn't mean you need to respond and say, hey, you also look great today. It kind of feels contrived at that point, doesn't it? I'll often will, in that situation, come up with a unique compliment that I find organic and genuine because everyone's deserving of a compliment. You just got to figure out what exactly the right thing to say is. Renee B, good morning. Finishing nails. That's right. Finish nails. That's right. Help dampen the echo. My buddy Alfred is kind of a tech whiz and an aficionado of different things and different topics, and he's got a bunch of acoustic foam and storage. And we spoke, I want to say, a little bit less than a month ago. He was like, "How many squares of this stuff could you use?" And I was like, 300. He was like, "Well, I'm not going to give you that much, but I'll see what I can do." So I think he's going to send me a bunch of acoustic foam. Like the stuff they put in studios. So I'm going to have some of that up. But as far as the wall board for the paintings, that's a great idea. I'm not a great organizer. I'm not a great decorator, and I'm not a great homemaker. I'm like new at these things. In fact, my home feels the most made any of my homes have ever felt. And that's like a milestone for sure. Nothing to scoff at. I'm pretty proud of myself. And there's still a whole lot to do. It still feels wrong in here, right? I mean, it feels the best it's ever felt, but I definitely don't know how to put it together. I know how to take it apart. Is procrastinating a profession? If it was, we would be paid. Cindy, we would be rolling in the dough. Painter's tape for the rented walls. When you say painter's tape for, what's the painter's tape for? Oh, to like tape my paintings up? That doesn't sound like a bad idea either. It definitely doesn't sound like a bad idea either. It just took me a second. Sometimes I'm slow in the morning. I appreciate your patience. I'm real slow in the morning sometimes. Jason P says, I'm happy and comfortable at work, but have a huge opportunity for a large promotion. Let's go. Wasn't really wanting the extra responsibility, but decided to apply. Wish me luck, dude. I'm keeping the fingers crossed and the nub. And you've got it. 100% you've got it. I'm excited. That's really cool. I hope the responsibility isn't crushing, a crushing weight, right? I'm sure that you're well capable, man. Matrix Rabbit, what's going on? How you doing? Not doing well? No, no, don't get down on yourself. It's just your reality right now, man. That's what we're here for, is to listen and to be with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It probably doesn't feel good being in that place, but I definitely don't want you to beat yourself up. You know what I mean? We love you. It's a lot of pain that doesn't go away. When I do get to sleep, I wake up crying. Don't know what to do anymore. Freaking out. I'm so sorry to hear this, Matrix. I wish I knew a solution. I wish I had a solution for you. I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to take a second. So, in other news, I think I'm gonna do some more Kendrick and Drake later today. I was reading a whole lot of stuff and I was going through old albums and old tracks, and I guess I knew this, but I had forgotten, I guess. It wasn't on the forefront of my mind, but they have been kind of been interacting for years, since the beginnings of their career. And I mean, they've done songs together as well, which I had forgotten about conveniently. So there is a ton to talk about, which is actually the part about it that, don't be sorry, Matrix. You're totally fine. I just, dude, I want to take your pain away. You know what I mean? Like that one song. I want to lift you up, you know, and I just don't know how to do so. So please don't be sorry. I'm glad you're here. I just you know, I I just want so much for things that I have no power over, you know? That's all right. That's part of it. That's part of life, I guess. That's my part of this relationship, is to be there for you, you know, and do what I can. And right now, it's what I can do is not a whole lot, you know. And it just, I feel a little powerless, and it sucks. It sucks something awful, but it can't possibly suck as much as, you know, whatever you're going through, right? So I should not complain, right? I should speak hope and love, right? But regardless, man, my heart goes out to you and I love you. Jason asks if you've exhausted all avenues to get different opinions from doctors. Surely there is someone somewhere who can help you. And I have this thought as well. And I know that when you're in that position, when you're in that pain, right? When you're in that broken place, it's hard to get different opinions from doctors. It's hard to go do all these things, right? Everything kind of sucks at that point. But I am also curious. It's hard to say I've long wait times. Yeah, 100% makes sense. The healthcare is going a certain direction right now, and I don't think it's just in our country. What was I talking about? Oh, the Drake and Kendrick thing. Yes, they've been interacting for a very, very long time. Um, So I'm excited to talk about that. That's the part of it that I know much more about, like the history, right? I've been listening to these guys since their inception. So I'm pretty stoked to break down their relationship, which started out quite buddy buddy, you know? And then, I mean, I don't want to break into my material for later, but somewhere along the way, Kendrick decided I'm coming for all y'all's heads. And he became a headhunter, you know, like a traditional witch doctor. No, just joking. But no, he did decide that it was time at some point, and I believe that was. I don't want to break into that material too much, but we're going to talk about that later today. I think I'm going to do 3 streams today. We're going to do some Kendrick stuff, some Drake stuff, some painting. We're going to do this. We're already doing this. So that's what you have in store from me. I know I said we were going to paint yesterday, and then I had a dentist appointment I had forgotten about somehow. Um, Everything's well. I went and got my teeth deep cleaned, and I have like a wiggly crown. So hopefully they can fix that up in April or in January or whenever. Hopefully soon they can fix that. Regardless, that's why we didn't paint yesterday. So we're gonna go ahead and go for the grand slam today. We're gonna do all three. This, that, and the other. It's gonna be great. Arabian Bard, what's going on? Good to see you. Ms. Tree, hello, hello. Good to see you. Best advice I've gotten was to fake a good mood upon waking, and it worked a lot. I was around kids. I didn't want them to see depression at their age. Oh, that's a really sweet sentiment as well. I have to say, my first moments of the day are so important. If I get frustrated immediately, it's going to be really hard to shake that feeling for like the rest of the day somehow, some way. It just is. I try to wake up and be happy or find something to be excited about. You know, you know, you know. What else? What else? What else? There's a lot on my mind. It's hard to parse through the information sometimes when it's whipping around. Um, oh, that's right. I was checking out some fire dancing stuff this morning and kind of going through my documents and communiques and old photos and whatnot. And I came across, I don't know if I've shown this to you guys. When I came back from Salt Lake the most recent time, I had two flights, right? One to, I want to say, I think it was Denver, and then from Denver to here. On the flight from Denver to here, like the second of the two flights, I had a row all to myself. And then on the other side of the aisle, there was a girl that seemed my age. She seemed about my age, and she had the row all to herself. We kind of enjoyed our own space for the flight. And then when we landed and we were getting bags and waiting, we chatted a little bit. It turns out she's a fire dancer, an aerialist, an all around freak, and a musician with a beautiful voice. And she gave me her card. I started asking her, right? Like, hey, when can I come see you play or one of your events or, get involved with the circus community? Because that's kind of what I do too. She gave me a card. And it's got all her contact info and it's kind of, it's quite an endearing little card. It's kind of cute. And so I started thinking today, and on there it says a website, and it's not her website. It's like the Tucson Fire Circus Collective's website. And I had forgotten that they existed, and they're called Flame Chen, I believe. And I had heard that name before too, and I forget where I heard it. Someone had told me that that's the crew out here, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I haven't reached out to these people yet." So I sent them an email today. I was like, "Yo, new fire dancer, new to Tucson. Let me know how I can get involved. I don't know exactly what my commitment level is, but if you have some like fire jams or just general hangouts or events or anything, I would love to be involved. Come meet you guys, hang out." So I'm hoping that pans out. In writing that email, I recognize that I've had the opportunity to go to a weekly flow jam, and I've only gone once, and it was in the pouring rain. So maybe I should apply myself and go check that thing out, right? I know I talk about that a lot. I tell you what, we talked about this earlier today too. I have a lot of ideas. I'm just like pointing around with my nail clipper. I have a lot of ideas. I think a lot, and I don't do a lot of acting, a lot of action, right? I think that transmuting thoughts into action, ideas into reality is something that I struggle with sometimes. But once I get to it, it's not the trouble. It's actually making the decision to stand up and go out there and get it, right? I'm so comfortable. We talk about this a lot too. This is part of the reward system of the brain and how we behave as addicts, how our brains operate as addicts, right? Our brain wants us to be comfortable, doesn't want us to challenge ourselves, just wants us to sit on the couch and just, exist, right? But really, what's actually going to serve me, right? What's actually going to get the endorphins running properly, what's actually going to make me feel good and enrich my life physically, mentally, spiritually, in every way is to go out there and get it, right? Is to go out there and do something, to challenge myself, to go outside of my comfort zone, right? ADHD and ants, some too, isn't it? Absolutely, Cindy G. And these two together, ADHD and the ants, I don't know what it's like to have ants without ADHD, but I imagine it's a little different. Maybe not, though. Maybe everybody taps into a little bit of ADHD when they get the ants. Who knows, right? I'm not a scientist, but The combo of the two is quite oppressive. We'll say that. Overwhelming. Cool whip. I wonder if there's a redhead out there for me. Part of me feels like that's not what's going to happen. But you never know. You never know. I don't shut the door on possible futures. You know what I mean? I allow them to happen. Do you cap? We will follow you wherever you go. Well, heck yeah, Jason. Member for 17 months. Dude, I wonder, are you going to run out of unique emojis and stuff for your tenure on the boat? We're going to have to come up. Where's my trophy? We're going to have to come out with some new stuff to mark the OGs, you know what I mean? If you're not getting new icons, what's going on here, you know? Dude, you're amazing. And I'm thank you for saying that. It's taking me quite some time to figure out exactly what my flow is, my role, exactly what I can do and exactly how to get myself to do it. You know what I mean? And I was actually talking with Jake about this yesterday. Both of us, I mean, maybe this is just an addict thing. I'm not entirely sure, but both of us, me and Jake, similarities between us, parallels, have so many tools at our disposal. For me, I've got the computer, the multiple screens, the microphones, the cameras, the GoPros, the tripods. I got a drone that I can put cameras on. I don't even know how to use it. I have more tools than I know how to use and more tools than I do use, right? He's in a similar position with all those computers and gadgets, and he's like kind of like an engineer. He builds stuff with his hands. He takes PlayStations apart and build supercomputers, and like he's a friggin' genius in a completely different way than myself, right? Completely different. I don't want to say opposite, but we're very, very different as well as alike. Kirsty, hello, hello. Welcome in. Good to see you. I don't know if I've met you or not, but it's my pleasure to see you again or to see you for the first time. Me and Jake talking. So we have all these things that we can be using, right? But we're not. The hardest part is to like get up and do it, right? Turn that camera on like he was telling me last night. Or for him, probably like, pull out the tools, bust open the case and start tinkering, do what you do. So I think that's an interesting thing. Why do we do that? Why do we have all this knowledge and all these thoughts and all this creativity, but when it comes time to actually take action, we struggle. We get trapped in our head or something. Citizen Sleuth, hey, it's my first time here. What is this show about? Well, welcome aboard. In the mornings at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, every morning, we do a morning boat here on the Lifeboat. The morning boat is usually a breath of fresh air, something to get you motivated, get you started. Sometimes I just kind of squirrel off and talk about my life and what's going on with it. But usually, generally, today we're a little bit off topic, but generally the morning boat is about recovery, about hope, about courage, strength. We talk about, doing better than we did yesterday. We kind of share what's going on in our lives. Nothing too serious, right? Today's definitely a little less serious than we normally are, right? Usually we're a little bit more directed. But Jeremy Fowler, I'm glad you're here, Citizen Sleuth, and thanks for asking. Hopefully you dig what we got going on here. Later today, I'll be painting, and also later today, I'm going to be breaking down some Drake and Kendrick history. Not necessarily their rap battle, but how they came to it, which I'm really excited about. They might call me the lore master one day. I can only hope. Robin Miners says, procrastination is my friend, but not my friend. Okay. I mean, it's kind of serves up some instant gratification, but later you're going to feel a little bummed about it, right? That's how it works for me, at least. Got the little one today. Well, shout out to your progeny, Jeremy. That's really cool, man. That's really, really cool. I'm a little bit jealous, not going to lie. Matrix says it's fear of failure or anxiety that stops us from doing the things we want to do. Interesting. Anxiety can be crippling, 100%. And I definitely wonder if this is true for me. It probably is. Am I in denial? I'm not in denial. I don't deny it. I won't deny it. What if I fail, says Matrix. My anxiety comes from what if I succeed? Interesting. That's honestly more true for me. In fact, what's taken me so long to come to this place, what's taken me so long to get sober and like accept my strengths and what I can do with my life and like what I should do and how I can help people in the world, is that fear of success, right? I fear my own power, my own strengths, right? Because then I'm going to actually have to be about it. And I'm actually going to have to stand up and say what I believe, and I'm actually going to have to stand up and do what's right. And who wants to do that? That's whack, right? Not really. I mean, it's actually the best thing I could have ever done for myself. And it was scary for the longest time, and it still is. But I've made that decision. I'm sick of running, right? I'm not going to run from who I am anymore. In psychology, it's called imposter syndrome. Moi freestyle life. Heck yeah! Thanks for popping in with that. That is correct. 100%. Tony says, day 6, not smoking. Let's go. I smoked for around 40 years. It's so painful. The coughing, the burning of the lungs, no sleep. Yo, you're on day 6. You're almost out of the woods. Give it another week and it'll be a thing of the past. It'll start to smell foreign again. It's interesting. I mean, I believe they say the first 3 days are the hardest, right? Now it's just that mental part, but not to discount your 40 years straight of smoking, right? That has to add up to something more than the average, I would have to imagine, right? But yo, day 6, keep up the good work, Tony. You're killing it. You're slaying it, crushing it. I've heard from many people that nicotine is the hardest thing to quit. Harder than heroin, harder than this, harder than that. That's what my mom and my dad have both told me. Interesting. More Freestyle Life says most people are not scared to fail, but scared to succeed. Why is this? This is mind blowing to me. I definitely felt unique when I was having this thought. Come to find out, that's not the case. You're totally right about this, but why? It doesn't make sense, right? I mean, I guess it makes sense to me, but I guess I'm discounting that could be a common sentiment for other people too, right? I don't want to be great, right? What if I am great? I have to accept it. I don't want that. Maybe we're all friggin' great and we just don't want to accept it, huh? 5 weeks, no cigarettes. Matrix, let's go. I almost choked on my coffee. I should not have been multitasking like that. Kirsty says no drink for 4 years. Stopped myself picking it back up in meltdowns. Yo, that's amazing. I assume that previously meltdowns were your falling point. To succeed in ways that we have not succeeded before. Now that's a novel success. Imagine that. I just made that up. That's pretty cool. Hell yeah, Kirsty, keep it up. Keep up the good work, guys. All of you are just changing your own lives. Imagine this. Just one day at a time, just one little thing at a time. We're just doing a little bit better than we did yesterday, every single day. Reading. Wow. My phone must have been listening to me say Drake's name a lot because he keeps coming up on my shuffle now. And I've given up on skipping because you only get 6 skips an hour when you don't pay for Spotify. So Spotify is certainly playing his songs now. That's so funny. He's such a little whiner, dude. It's so disappointing. It's so disappointing. And I mean, not even to talk about the allegations that we don't know if they're true or not, right? Which is also disappointing is the wrong word for that if all that's true. But kind of hard to like the guy. Really hard to like the guy. I wish people that made good music and good art and good TV and good movie and good this, good that, I wish they would quit being abhorrent humans. What's up with that? Can we get some rock stars that, have a heart? Can we get some actors and some, just some all around creative, successful individuals, that might be in the spotlight that aren't pieces of crap? Can we get some of that, please? Order up. Yeah, I'd like some celebrities that don't suck, please. Thank you. Yeah, I'll wait. TK, did I miss Anna? Did I miss your Surstroming party? Was that last night, or is that coming up? Hmm. Hmm. I'm brainstorming names for, I don't know, I guess for the channel, for the handle, for everything, right? And I want it to be hilarious. I want it to be catchy. Um, and I've got a couple people also on the brainstorm team. We're not going to rush this thing. Calhoun's Corner is a great name, right? But it's not hilarious at all. It's just kind of apt, right? Which is fine, which is great, which is great. But maybe we could come up with something that's a little more tantalizing, you know? So keep an eye out for that. I really am trying to rack my brain about how I can bring flow to the tube, and it might have to just be videos and editing. It might just have to be videos and editing, right? I have the ability to do so. We can put like backing tracks. We can do stuff that I can't even imagine. Um, but that might be the only way I think that the fire, because a live feed, all the videos that I've taken of the fire dancing so far seem just off. They don't feel good. They don't look good. At least, and maybe that's just my opinion, right? Maybe I should unveil it anyways. But I feel like a little bit of editing would just push them over the edge, right? So I think we're going to be working on that kind of stuff too. A little true crime, a little music, right? A little art, a little dancing, a little bit of everything. Maybe I'm just a jack of all trades. It's so hard for me to decide. I'm into so many things. Another thing that I've been experiencing a lot lately, what's going on, RSM? Calhoun's Creative Corner. I like that. Definitely not going to overthink it. The right name will present itself, right? And it may have already presented itself, right? It may be one of these names. We're just going to have to let it marinate, right? But thank you for saying that, Kirsty. What was I saying? Uh-oh. It's gone again. Yeah, maybe I'm just a jack of all trades. I've been experiencing a lot lately that like my brain is coming back to a place where like I gave up on so many of my passions and my dreams just to party and run away from my fears, right? Run away from my baggage and my trauma and my drama. Um, my birthday is February 21st of 92, Ms. Tree. I believe that was the year that Tupac died. I gave up on so many things. And I'm now been sober for almost 2 years. I think I'm a year and 10 months now. February 24th, 23 was my sobriety date. So we're coming up. We're coming up on it. Anyways, so at about this time, and I mean, I'm only saying that because right now I'm experiencing it. I feel like I'm coming back to these passions. I feel like I'm coming back to these loves, these things that I'm really into, like playing guitar. I've been playing guitar every day. It's crazy. I never thought that I would do that again. I've been painting all the time. You guys see me do it, right? And in fact, I haven't painted without you guys. 1 year and 10 months. Let's go. Yep, that's me. Let me toot my own horn a little bit. No way, Spanx on February 28th. Jeremy Fowler, fellow Pisces brother. Let's go. Wait, isn't the 28th? No, the 29th is the leap year. I was going to say, dude, you're like a quarter of my age, born on the leap year. Just kidding, just kidding. Funny stuff, right? Imagine your birthday being the 29th of February. I mean, obviously, you're not, a quarter of the age, but it would be a silly way to track your birthday. Spanx Calhoun's Magical Creative Hour. Hello, neighbor. Yo. Definitely not a bad name either. Definitely not a bad name either. Hmm. I'm losing my train of thought a lot this morning, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me anyways. I wonder if that's just Just how my brain works these days. It certainly seems to be a little Swiss cheese sometimes. I'm really excited for what comes next. I'll tell you what, I am really excited for what comes next. So it's Saturday, right? The beginning of the weekend. I know some of y'all are working, some of y'all are not, but you know what? Treat yourself extra special today, all right? Treat yourself nice. Do something just for you today because you deserve it. You deserve it. Caroline says, went to high school with someone with a February 29th birthday. How about that? How about that? I've always wondered if there's got to be someone out there that was born on the 29th, right? There can't be no one. Ms. Tree says, you have interesting ruling planets. Personality rules by moon, making you emotional, and destiny ruled by Saturn. What does the destiny ruled by Saturn entail? I can understand personality ruled by my moon. I definitely can get that. By the way, my moon is Libra. I feel like I'm in an alternate universe. I feel like my moon sign was a Scorpio for my whole life, and then one day it wasn't. And maybe I'm looking at two different star charts or something. Maybe I'm looking at two different methods, but it's not a Scorpio, it's a Libra. Achievement in destiny. Interesting. That makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Absolutely, Kirsty. Sometimes I'm a little reluctant to talk about stuff like that because I feel like some people don't dig it, but you know what? I dig it, so whatever. I'm into it. In fact, I probably wouldn't be into it if I hadn't dated such spiritually inclined women, but I keep landing myself with straight sage women, straight sages, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. But they teach me about stuff. They all come equipped with astrology books and knowledge to boot. In fact, I have a friend we've never dated. I have a really good friend though. Her name's Dawn. I love her. Shout out to Dawn. Hope you're doing well today. Um, and we used to hang out and talk about astrology stuff, and she had such a deep understanding of it and like so far beyond what I understand. It was always really, really cool. Some of the stuff that she would say would just go right over my head, but then I would ask her, and she'd break it down into terms that I could understand. And she seems to have figured it all out. And if she's to be believed, if Dawn is to be believed, if you can figure your astrology out and just kind of structure your life in a certain way, you can figure it out too. Figure it all out. You might ask, what are we figuring out? Well, the secret to life, apparently. And I don't know how much I believe that or not, but I mean, she certainly seems to have figured it out. So maybe I believe her. Citizen Sleuth says, I feel like fear holds me back in life 100%. But fear is just an emotion. We can harness it for motivation, right? Fear definitely can hold you back, but if you don't let fear master you, right? If you become the master of your fear, it can be a great driving force, right? It can be a great driving force. And I also think that as humans, we just inherently fear what we don't understand. We fear the unknown. We fear things that we don't understand, like the dark, right? Like outer space. Stereotypical fears all come from things that are not well understood, I think. We meet people for a reason. That's right. That's absolutely right. And I never begrudge my journey these days. In the past, I have. But now it brought me here. It made me who I am. So I definitely don't regret any of it. There are a couple things I would take back if I could, but obviously I can't. So that's just a fun thought. JCC, what's going on? Good morning, good sir. How you doing? Good to see you, man. I bet you haven't seen Dale Cox today. I bet you his hands are full with those 12 puppies he got. 12 puppies he got. Man, what I wouldn't give to go down to Georgia and scoop me up one of them pups. If I didn't need both my feet, I'd give one, I think those puppies are so beautiful. I would love to have one. It's not going to happen though. I don't think. I mean, I really wanted to, but I was like kind of running different scenarios yesterday in my head, and I don't think it's possible. So it is what it is. How about doing a show on self sabotage? You know what, Robin Miners? I think you're onto something there. I think you're onto something there. Let's do that tomorrow morning, huh? I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget, because you know I forget things. Self sabotage. That's a great topic. That's something we can all relate with. 100%, right? Lori Abs, what's going on? Welcome back. So good to see you. Just off work. Heck yeah. I got something in my throat, guys. I don't know what the heck that is. How you doing, Lori? It's really good to see you. Matrix, where are you located? What part of the country are you in? Or I guess what country are you in? You might not even be in the US. I don't know. My stomach is starting to feel really strange all of a sudden. Pennsylvania. All right. All right, all right. I see some lifeboaters here are offering up their ears to listen and to chat with you, man. If you're into it, when I make it out that way, you best believe I'm going to stop by and see you, all right? I don't know when that's going to happen. So at this point, it's just kind of like a nice thought, but I mean, it's inevitable that I do so, that I make it out that way. Ms. Tree says, I think you should start the shows with a big, long self hug while telling viewing audience to do the same. I mean, that's not a terrible idea. Why don't we just take a second and love ourselves, huh? Ain't nothing wrong with that because we all deserve it. Sparkly Saturday, Kelly Ann. Much love. Good to see you. I'm just kind of reading your guys' conversations now. Hope that's all right. It's getting good. I did say topic on self sabotage. It's a good one, right? Shout out to Robin Miners for that topic idea. That's a great idea. It definitely seems like I'll hit a plateau, right? And then shoot myself in the foot. It's like I don't know how to be successful. Now, I don't want to do this show right now, right? We want to do the show tomorrow. So I'm not going to get into it too much, but that's the gist of it. That's the gist of it. It's like our brains don't know how to be successful. All right. We achieve a little bit of success and our brains start freaking out, right? Earlier, we were saying our brains just want us to sit on the couch, be comfortable. It doesn't want us to go outside of our comfort zone, experience anything new, right? Nothing challenging. And that's pretty much, I think, the gist of self sabotage. There's more to it. It's more complicated in depth, and we will get into it, right? But I think it just comes down to us not knowing how to experience success. You got to grab life by the, I'm not going to say that quote. I was about to quote Dodgeball. That's how I handle my business, grabbing the bull by the horns. Great to see you. Everyone's not staying. Just wanted to say I love you. Oh, you're not staying. I see how it is, Dad. The Admiral is out there. Matrix, a bunch of folks are down to voice chat and message with you and whatnot. So if that's something you're into, and if I can facilitate, let us know. Let me know. Whatever the case, man, we love you. We would like to lift you up as much as we can. You gotta grab it by the haunches in. That's the only way. You want dodgeball victory. Can I say that on YouTube? I think I can. Gotta grab it by the haunches and hump it into submission. That's the only way. Pretty sure that's Patches O'Houlihan. The 5 D's of dodgeball. Gotta duck, dive, dip. Wait. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. I love that movie. That's literally one of the best movies of all time. You could dodge traffic, you could dodge a ball. Get out there, Gordon. Gotta get angry. You gotta get mean. That's the only way. Yeah, some of the lines out of that dude's mouth in that movie are ridiculous. Yeah, I wonder how this went, Jeremy. I am really excited to ask my dad about the finer details. Yes, sir, Matrix. Understood. I'll have to scroll up and see who we were talking to. I'm gonna connect you with James Collins. I'm gonna connect you with anyone that spoke up about it here. Let's see. There was quite a few folks. Connect you with James, Jeremy. Why am I struggling? Robin Miners. I don't know why I always say your name, Robin. You're the only Robin we have. I just like your full name. It's quite regal. You know, got a regal air to it. Robin Miners. Oh, that's so sweet of you to say, Lisa. I'm just reading this now. I'm in Georgia. If I had a car, I would bring the fur baby to you. I would so take you up on that. But it's all right. I'm sure that there's one out there for me, you know? Cindy G. That's who I was looking for. There it is. All right. All right. That being said, guys, hit the like, subscribe, the bell for notifications. If you like what we do here, it certainly makes a big difference for us. We'll be on later today with some Drake and some Kendrick. We'll be on later today with some painting. I'm sure my dad will be on later with some Diddyverse. Got all kinds of stuff coming up. Gonna try and keep you guys connected through the holiday season because it's hard. And you know, it's hard for me too, right? That's part of the reason why I'm not succeeding at doing all of my extra shows, but I'm gonna do everything that I can for us, for y'all, for me, for all of us. Let me write this down real quick. Okay, cool. All right. I am firm with the details. Just need to write this down or I'll forget. It's just how it works. Will Cindy G, James Collins, and Jeremy, will y'all send me an email and give me some contact information that you would like me to give to Matrix? Whether it be a phone, whether it be an email, or whether you want to just meet up on Discord, whatever the case, like send me an email and let me know what you'd like to do. The 3 of you, pretty please. Tara Jackson, thank you so much for your support. How you doing, Tara? Good to see you, by the way. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to make me some cheesy eggs. It's been a while. If anyone sees Izzy or Brianna or there are some other people that we've been missing recently, but if anyone sees our friends, let them know they're loved. And you know how it goes. All right, y'all. Spanx, don't know how to email. That's okay, James Collins. We're gonna have to figure something else out then. It seems like you want to voice chat in Discord, so maybe we can just leave that at that. And that's okay. We can amend that moving forward if we want to. All right, guys. Much love. This has been the Lifeboat with Captain Calhoun. We'll be seeing you guys here in a few hours. All right. Much love. I hit the wrong button again.